Hey guys, if you made it this far, that means that you received my welcome email. Um, and yeah, you are in business statistics, section 002, the online version. Don't mind section 801, CBA, blah, 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 blah. That's the other section that I'm teaching, and I just made one set of notes. So you guys will be getting the exact same content that I guess the normal class or the brick and mortar style class is going to be getting, and it kind of saves me a little bit of work too. Just make one set of notes and use it for both classes. So, my name is Matt Bren. This will be my second semester teaching business statistics. There's my email down there, mjb57@uakron.edu. And yeah, I just wanted to put this introductory or this introduction out to give you guys a sense of what the class is going to be about, and frankly, to just test out this video recording software and all this stuff, see how it works. So, one of the first things that we're going to do, and that we would typically do in a normal brick and mortar class, is the first day of class we would go ahead and do our intros. Just so that everybody can get a sense of everybody else's personality, and so that you guys can get a sense of my personality and just get to know each other a little bit. So what I've set up in the discussion tab within Springboard a spot where I want you guys to go ahead and write your intros in. So this is the stuff that you'll be looking at. Name will automatically populate there for you because you'll be the one posting it. Major, you're in school, hobbies, fun fact, your best vacation that you've ever taken, and one random pet peeve that you have. If you don't feel comfortable sharing that information, that's fine. Just share whatever you do feel comfortable in, but it's nice in an online class because it's going to help to kind of humanize it a little bit. You guys will get a sense of who I am, I'll get a sense of who you are, and then you'll get a sense of your fellow classmates. And then maybe it'll just help you kind of figure out somebody that you might want to do group work later on in the semester, because we'll see that that's going to be a part of the course. So here I'm going to tab over to Springboard and just show you where exactly you put these intros in. So here's the Springboard page. This is viewing it as a student, so this is kind of how it'll look for you, minus some of this junk over here. But you would go to your Communications tab and Discussions, and we've got two sets of forums here. We have the General Topics forum, and we have the Lessons forum. In the General Topics forum, it looks like I've only made one topic, or one I guess they're called topics. And then you just click into Introduction and Start New Thread, and type away and give us as much information as you would like. So let me click back over to the PowerPoint and we can get back on with it. Yeah, so we'll start off with the course learning objectives. These are kind of real high level things. We've got to master the essential concepts and tools of statistics and probability. That's basically that. Provide a sound basis in statistics and probability for students' future academic and professional careers. Yeah, you'll need to at least understand the line of thinking with statistics. Yeah, maybe you won't use every single tool that you learn in this. Maybe you won't use any of them. But you need to understand the process by which these statistical decisions or these facts that you hear in media are made. And it's just going to help you going forward in your career. To demonstrate the use of statistics, probability, and statistical models to support decision making in business. Yeah, we'll see a little bit of that this semester. To develop critical thinking and problem solving, sure. And to work in a team and develop business research questions and effectively communicate the answers to those questions. So yeah, that last one right there is going to be a big one. And we're going to be working on a big case that you're going to showcase, this ability to work in a team, communicate effectively, produce a good product, something that looks pretty, but both also has meat, and good content. So we'll move on. Specific learning competencies. You're going to learn descriptive statistics. That's going to be chapters 1, 2, and 3, essentially. Probability concepts. That's going to be chapter 4. Probability distributions. So it looks like analyze, calculate, and that's going to be 5 and 6. So discrete's going to be chapter 5. Continuous is going to be chapter 6. Central limit theorem, I believe that's chapter 7. And then we're going to be using hypothesis testing in 9 and 10, ANOVA in 11, and chi-squares in 12. And there's going to be a little bit of chi-square in one of the other chapters too. I forget which one it is offhand, but yeah, the main chi-square chapter is chapter 12. And they wanted us to include the CBA Learning Goals this year, so I'll just go ahead and read these off. Master integrated business knowledge, analyze data using quantitative techniques, ding, 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 that's us. Be informed decision makers, develop leadership and collaboration competencies, use writing and oral communication skills to persuade and to mobilize action. Yeah, I don't know how much of that you'll be doing. I don't think we're going to have, well, for you guys being in the online class, I don't think there's going to be like a oral presentation. It's just going to be a hard copy that you turn in for the case. Demonstrate a global perspective and cross-cultural awareness. Yeah, we might get into that. Recognize and understand how to address ethical concerns. Yeah, I doubt we'll get into much of that, but the required materials for the course. We're going with the Bowerman book. I believe that you guys would have already had this information. You could take it to a bookstore and they would just know what book this class calls for. But if not, it's right here. It's also in the syllabus. Book's about $160. That will include Connect. Connect is the McGraw-Hill interactive web software that you're going to use for your homework. And it also has an ebook attached to it. So there's ways that you don't have to get the hard copy of the book. You can just get the ebook and the Connect software. But I don't know if it saves you that much money. And so yeah, one thing that you're going to need to do that's very, very, very important, and you're going to need to do very, very, very soon, that's register for Connect. So register for the Connect software. All of your homework will be done in Connect. And that's just going to be something that's really necessary. In the last semester I taught, I had students wait forever and ever and ever to register for Connect, and which makes no sense, and they ended up falling behind just out of I guess just not doing it. So do that right off the rip, and yeah, you should be good. The first few chapters are kind of review. I mean, it's going to be stuff that you saw potentially in high school and potentially in prior classes in college. So the first few chapters you really don't want to miss, because it's an easy way to get some points that'll start your semester out on the right foot and start you out with an A. And then the last point here, it says register for the Megastat software. So if you do the full purchase of the book, Megastat software is included with that, so you won't have to pay like a $17.50 as it says there on the screen. But we aren't requiring it this semester. So Megastat is just an Excel plugin that you can do various statistical things on. But we found that you can do a lot of those things just using Excel. You don't really miss much with that. So you can download that if you want. It definitely will come in handy. It makes things a little bit easier. You don't have to actually put in Excel formulas and that thing. But if you don't want to, or if your computer isn't compatible with it, that's okay. It's also available for free just by logging in with your UANet ID to any of the CBA computer labs. Megastat's already hooked into Excel, and you can just use it there. I might give examples using Megastat when I'm teaching, and if so, then you'll learn how to use it. But it's really, really user friendly, and you shouldn't have too much trouble with it. All right, moving on. Yep. Okay. So yeah, this is just how it's going to grade. Also in the syllabus, obviously, 50 for each exam, 50 for the final, 50 for case 1, 50 for case 2, for a total of 100. Mini case, we haven't exactly established what that's going to look like. We actually haven't established what the first case is going to look like. We do have a data set. We just, as a team, we're kind of working on what the questions are going to be, how we're going to direct you to analyze the data, and all that stuff. So we're still looking for details on that, but yeah, hopefully it'll be 50-50 and then extra credit for the mini case. I don't know how much extra credit that's going to be. Kind of depends on how things are going. For the Connect homework, there'll be 11 assignments, and we'll just take the 10 highest. So essentially, one will get dropped off. And then the Learn Smart, this is new this semester. I'm not gonna give you guys credit for it or grade it or anything like that. Learn Smart is, but it will help with participation. Learn Smart is a supplementary like homework assignment. It's more reading based than like calculation based. And it'll help you kind of prep prior to the lectures or anything like that. Like, so I'm going to make it available the whole semester, so you could see chapters 1 through 12, which those are the chapters that we're covering, 1 through 12. You can see that right now on Learn Smart, assuming you're logged into Connect, and yeah, that's that. But you don't have to do it. It's just helpful if you'd like to do it. If you'd like to kind of show me that you're participating, go ahead and complete those. They don't take that long. A lot of them you can kind of buzz through in 5 or 10 minutes. But another thing I did want to mention is discussion here. Because this is an online class, I want to make sure that all the students are engaged. So I want you guys to actually use the discussion tab within Springboard and talk, ask questions. That's going to be your ability to raise your hand in class, so to speak. You're going to be able to ask me questions in Springboard. I'm gonna kind of reserve a 24-hour window to respond. It's not going to take that long mostly, and then on the weekends 48 hours. But I should get back fairly quickly. But I would also encourage students who maybe know the answers or who think they know the answers to answer other students' questions when they have them, because that's really going to help. That's going to help kind of keep the class moving. It's going to help your participation grade, which I don't know if you can see and do the math right there, but that's essentially going to be extra credit or detracting credit. If you don't ever participate, yeah, I could remove points from your grade, but if you're really fantastic in the discussion tab, that could definitely bump your grade toward the end of the semester. So I want to see good discussion. I'll kind of mediate, I'll kind of pop in and say, oh yeah, no, that was a great point, but this is more how you want to look at it, or maybe I'll touch on some of the theory behind it, or whatever it is, and I'll just flat out answer questions when that's needed. So then lastly, the quizzes. There's gonna be 6 quizzes, and we're gonna toss one of them out. So we'll grade the 5 highest out of 6 for a total of 400 points. And then the grading scale is on your syllabus, which you can check at your leisure. Policies and expectations. Yeah, so attendance. It's an online class, so you won't need to attend, so that's good. Participation, I just talked about with the discussion. Electronic devices. Yeah, that's not going to apply here for the online class. Late assignments and makeup policy. Because of the nature of the online class, I'm going to be releasing all of the material on Tuesdays, I believe. If that changes, I'll communicate that with you. But because of the nature of the online class and you kind of having all of the time leading up to a due date, I'm not going to allow any makeup assignments or late assignments unless there's some extraordinary circumstance. So that's that. And we kind of build in a little bit of cushion there by dropping off an assignment here and there of your worst grade. So if you need to miss something, you already have it built into the syllabus there. Tests and quizzes. Quizzes for sure are going to be done by Springboard, and then you're going to have a very short window to complete those quizzes. Tests, we haven't decided fully how we're going to do that yet. It's probably going to be built into Springboard, but being an online class, it kind of makes things more difficult from the academic integrity perspective, and making sure nothing bad goes on. So we're still kind of in the works on how that's gonna work out. So yeah, I guess I'll let you guys know more from the testing perspective when I know more. Okay. And then course setup. Course setup is I'm gonna release lectures and worksheets and stuff like that. So per chapter or per unit or whatever on Tuesdays. That's just the easiest day for me because I teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I'll be at the university on Tuesdays. So I'm going to release the lectures on Tuesdays. They're going to be in. I'm going to release the PowerPoint slides. I'm going to release the worksheet in Word format mostly, or PDF format depending. And then I'm also going to release a YouTube video that is me talking through, just like this, talking through the lectures and helping solve along with the review. So it should be one video for the lecture, one video for review, and that's that. So, but I'll need you guys to ask questions if anything is unclear, or if you're confused about something, or if I did a terrible job explaining it. I'll need you to ask questions on Springboard. That's the best way, because the great thing about that is when your question is public, other people can see it. And then when I answer it, I only have to answer it once, or, and then maybe, another student was having the same issue, and then the question gets answered, as opposed to you emailing me and then I answer the question for you and you're the only one who gets the answer for that. So the discussion tab is kind of nice because it kind of mimics the classroom setting and somebody raising their hand, me answering the question, and everybody hears it. So yeah, I think that's all I got. It's going to be kind of a fast-paced class. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a fast-paced class, guys, and I'm excited to teach it. But yeah, so I'll need your feedback throughout the course of the semester. I'll need your questions, and we're going to get through it together. So I'm really excited to have you guys on board, and yeah, we will. I'll shoot you some new content by Tuesday. All right, thanks so much. Bye.